Depending on how you set up your program, you may or may not be involved in the process of actually trapping the community cats. Regardless of whether or not you are involved in the trapping process, you should at least be familiar with the process. No matter what, trapping and bringing a cat in for any reason is going to be an unpleasant and stressful experience for them. In this section, we will break down the process of trapping cats using the least stressful methods possible. When humanely trapping cats, your first step should be to develop a plan for the day of trapping. It should include the following: when and where the traps will be placed, how many traps will be needed. This should be the same or more than the number of cats being trapped. How long the traps should be left out. Who needs to be at the trapping site. How the cats will be transported. Where the cats will be brought to immediately after trapping. If the cats are not being taken immediately to the site where the surgery is going to be performed, the holding area should be a warm, dry, and secure location, such as a garage or other sheltered area. There should be a plan of action for special cases. This includes kittens and/or nursing mothers, ill or injured cats, and socialized cats. The next step when trapping community cats is to establish a daily and predictable feeding schedule. Feed the cats at the same time and place each day for at least 2 weeks prior to the scheduled surgery date. Although there are scenarios when you are not granted the luxury of time, a predictable feeding schedule can be very helpful when trapping community cats. It teaches them to anticipate food at a specific time and location. This will then make it much easier to set up a trap on the day or day before of the scheduled surgery at a location and at a time when it is most likely that the cats will be around. A helpful tip is to begin placing the food inside or near a trap that is not set up for capture yet. This way, the cats will not be wary of the trap when it is set, making it more likely that they will walk into it on the day of trapping. In the day or two prior to trapping, make sure that everything is set up and ready to go. Prepare the transport vehicle where the trapped cats will be placed with a plastic liner, such as a trash bag or plastic tarp. This will help prevent urine damage. Cover the plastic with absorbent material, such as old towels or multiple layers of newspaper. This will help to absorb any urine. If you did set up a feeding schedule for the cats, begin with holding food for 1 to 2 days prior to trapping so that the cats will be hungry on the day of. Make sure to prepare the cat trap itself. Community cats can be messy, especially when frightened, so place down some newspaper to line the bottom of the trap. Then, place a small amount of food in the back of the trap. Don't place too much, especially if the cats will be immediately going in for a spay or neuter surgery. Ensure the food is placed as far back in the trap as possible to increase the chances that the cat will step on the mechanism that will spring the trap. Aromatic food, such as tuna and some canned cat foods, work well for this. It is also helpful to practice setting the traps prior to trapping. This helps familiarize yourself with exactly how they work and make sure that the trap itself is ready to go and not broken. Once you have mapped out your plan for the day of trapping and the day has arrived, you will have to place the traps in the specified locations and set them for capture. If a feeding schedule was implemented, place the traps near the feeding area at the time when the cats are usually fed. If a feeding schedule was not implemented, place the traps where the cats go for food or tend to congregate. If you are trapping multiple cats at once, try placing traps as far apart from each other as possible, so that if one cat springs a trap or is already trapped and making a lot of noise, it does not frighten off the other cats from the traps. Cover the trap with an old blanket or towel everywhere except for the entryway. This can make the process of entering the trap a little more appealing, as well as help to minimize the stress level of the cat once she is trapped. Once the traps are set and ready to go, retreat away to a distance where you cannot be seen and observe the cats. If you have been observing the traps the whole time, collect the traps after a maximum number of cats have entered the traps. If you left the area, make sure to check on the traps on regular short intervals, say 2 to 4 hours. If a good amount of time has passed and the cat has not been trapped, either due to a trap malfunction, the trap not being sprung, or the cat not being willing to enter the trap, You will need to adjust the plan. The following are some suggestions. You can replace the bait in the back of the trap. Sometimes replacing the bait with something more enticing will work better. You can also change the location of the trap to see if that is more successful. If the cat has been successfully trapped, approach and quickly cover the entire trap with a blanket or towel to provide the cat with visual security. Place the covered trap containing the cat immediately into your transport vehicle and take it directly to the designated veterinary clinic, shelter, or holding area.